Good afternoon, everybody. We are so super excited to have Maria Triantos with us from Rocky Mountaineer. This is a once in a lifetime trip. I took this last year and I was just fell super in love with the whole product. So we're excited to have you on. Take it away, Maria.
Well, John, thank you so much for the introduction. And yes, I'm Maria Triantos. I'm your Rocky Mountaineer representative based out of the Chicagoland area. So I am a Midwesterner like most of you. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the company, a lot about the rail routes, and what sets us apart from any other type of experience that is done by rail. For the last 33 years, we've been taking guests on remarkable journeys through the Canadian Rockies and now the American Southwest. We offer 4 exceptional rail journeys, and each one of them has its own spectacular features. We're a family owned company based in Vancouver, BC. As you can see, these rail cars are superior to most types of rail experiences you may have experienced in the past. This isn't your grandfather's Amtrak anymore. This really is indulging yourself in world-class service. We take care of all the details. So your job is to sit back, relax, enjoy the scenery, the spacious seat, plenty of legroom, and the fabulous award-winning food. And our hosts on board are more than just serving you. They're also giving you stories of the sights you're going to see and the history as you go through it. I want to boast for just a moment. We are the award-winning Rocky Mountaineer, voted recently by Travel and Leisure magazine as the top rail experience in the world. We're very proud of our awards because we know it's our teams that make us set apart from all others. So, welcome aboard Rocky Mountaineer, where you have 3 choices of service, and that's what we'll talk about first. We have Gold Leaf, Silver Leaf, and Silver Leaf Premium. So, the typical day on board the train is you getting on without your luggage, no having to lug your luggage. I had someone very concerned about that the other day that I met, no schlepping. So we take your luggage, we actually truck it ahead of the train so that it's waiting for you in your hotel room when you check in. All you need is your little day bag so that you have your binoculars, your camera, and maybe your sweater and your medicines, and you're ready to enjoy the spectacular experience on board. We really like to include everything you need for the day, all drinks, alcohol and non-alcoholic, snacks, meals. So everything on board the train is included. You're going to get to be able to see some things that you can't see by car and lots of local wildlife as well. Gold Leaf services are top of the line. We're going to start at the top. So, as you can see in this picture here, those are bi-level dome cars. Right by where the logo is, to the left of the car and the name, there's actually spiral stairs that go up into those glass domes. And then you dine in the lower level. So, this really is our most popular service, only available in Canada. So the Rocky Mountains of Canada are really high above your eyes. So it really is the premier way to be able to see above you and take in all that nature is giving you. There's also a fantastic outdoor platform, lots of panoramic views, and plenty of leg room. I know someone who's 6'6" and said they had no problem with the space in between the seats. Those seats actually recline, and there's a button so you can heat them. Kind of cool, huh? Um, then, as I mentioned, our award-winning dining. Someone said, how can train food be good? Well, Every meal is prepared in your car. Every car has its own kitchen. And in Gold Leaf Service, you have up to 4 hosts that are serving you and tending to your every needs, as well as telling you about the sites as long as you go. So it's time for breakfast, lunch, and then you're escorted to the lower level for that. And there is an outdoor viewing platform. So you can feel free to go outside for a breath of fresh air or some great photo opportunities. Silverleaf is equally spectacular service, just not quite the same dome cars and dining. Guests will still enjoy the oversized windows, but as a single level coach, there's no need to go up and down the stairs. So you will be seated when you are dining, a little more luxurious than being on an airplane, though. You'll be pampered without having to leave your seat. As with Gold Leaf Service, again, plenty of legroom, delicious meal, glass of wine as you gaze out at the magnificent scenery. And while the platform is not as large as our Gold Leaf Service outdoor viewing area, it certainly is, there is an opportunity for you to get some fresh air and some photo ops. Silverleaf Plus is an enhancement to our Silverleaf service on our US route, exclusive to the US route. When guests upgrade to Silverleaf Plus, you enjoy an added lounge car that's conveniently attached to your coach for easy access. To me, this kind of reminds me of the old days of luxury airline travel where you could go in up into the lounge where there's a player piano. And yes, there's a player piano in one of the cars. So there's a separate mixologist who may make you a signature cocktail called the Moffat Moscow Mule, or wait, the Moffat Mule. I got it. And the Colorado Cosmos. So special beverages, really a nice service and a great way to be able to socialize during this journey and hear some great stories. For our 2024 guests in Silverleaf, you'll be able to visit both lounge cars. One features the modern decor and the other is a throwback to the golden days of old rail travel. And I may not have mentioned one of the most important aspects of Rocky Mountaineer. There is no sleeping on the train. We are daylight only train travel. We partner with the best hotels in our destinations to provide you a comfortable night in the ideal location to explore the region's cities and towns. The hotels that are assigned to our packages are determined by the service level you select and what is available at the time of booking. Yes, everyone wants to stay at the beautiful Fairmonts, and we do offer those as options in our package. There's 3 levels of service in our Gold Leaf, the standard room, superior, and premier. So there are choices. And on our USA route, the overnight hotels between the train, I should say on the overnight hotels between train days on USA and our Canadian routes, give guests the opportunity to have a good night's sleep before you have another exciting day on the train. So once again, there's no sleeping on the train, unless you have too many of those Colorado Cosmopolitans and you take a nap, but you don't want to do that because you'd miss all that our rail routes have to offer. So let's talk about the four routes. This is the hardest part, which one to take. First, you'll see our 3 original routes that run in Canada. There's the First Passage to the west, the Journeys Through the Clouds, and the Rainforest to Gold Rush. Our newest route, pictured below in that little map, are the Rockies to the Red Rocks. All our routes both go eastbound and westbound, so there's a variety of packages to choose from. And once again, remember, there's no sleeping on the train, so the white diamonds on the route maps represent the overnight cities. The black diamonds represent the cities that you can stay in for 2 nights with our packages. The green dotted lines represent where there is no rail. We take you on a beautiful motor coach sightseeing. So let me go through some of these routes so you can better understand your choices. Our most popular, the first passage to the west. This is a great route for history buffs. This route united Canada and helped define their nation over 125 years ago. And I think what really is unique, we are the only passenger train that travels on these tracks. None other. There are cargo trains that go on these tracks, but no other passenger train. So you could start in Vancouver or Banff or Lake Louise. And let's just go from Vancouver to Banff because we have to pick one direction to talk about. A typical day would be us picking you up by motor coach to take you to the train in Vancouver. You would enjoy breakfast, lunch on board the first day before ending in Kamloops for the night. The next morning, repeat. And then you'd be ending in either Lake Louise or Banff, depending on your package. Kamloops is a quaint town. And why Kamloops? Well, don't worry, there's not much to see there, but it is a quaint town and a comfortable place for you to lay your head for the night. Keep in mind, you're not there for much time. This is not a sightseeing spot. This is simply to be able to keep the train on track with the daylight schedule. So you get off the train, and if you can eat anymore, because the one thing no one complains about is the amount of food you'll eat on board Rocky Mountaineer, then you could certainly grab a quick bite and then get a good night's rest. Again, I want to show you a mention that some of the sites you will see on our rail routes cannot be seen by car, just by rail. So let me show you some of these beautiful things that you'll be able to witness. First of all, you're going from Vancouver, which is a little flatter, more of a rainforest topography. And then you'll go through beautiful canyons along the Fraser River. You might see some salmon in the river or maybe some bear sightings. Remember, the hosts all talk to each other on board. And if there's a wildlife sighting out there, they'll flag it so everyone gets their cameras ready. You'll go through Lake Shuswap, where you'll see it's famous for houseboating and all the different wildlife there. Jaws of Death, the gorge. It's famous for whitewater rafting, where Thompson and Fraser rivers meet, and Rainbow Canyon. There's some gorgeous sights, and I'm kind of excited. I'm going next week, so I'll have my own personal pictures to share with you next time we talk. Yes, this is one of our most popular journeys, and I really hope you'll choose this as one of your options. If you're continuing to Banff, you'll have views of this, the Rundle and Castle Mountains, some of the most picturesque in all of Canada. How about Journey Through the Clouds, our next most popular routing? And I think what makes this spectacular is you actually get to see Jasper as well. And I think it's really important to mention here, you are in really good hands with travel professionals with Birch. I am so happy you are catching this webinar through partners that work with us that I know you can trust. You really are in good hands. They have a special group date booked for September 22nd of next year, and trust in that it will sell out. So if you are interested in this group, please get the full details from your Birch travel advisor as quickly as possible. The route takes you from Vancouver again through Kamloops, but continues on to Jasper. However, with your Birch group on September 22nd, you could be doing what we call a package where you journey through the clouds, but you get to discover Lake Louise and Banff, and then ending in Calgary. Some of the sites you'll see, well, you'll be able to go on the Athabasca Glacier in the Columbia ice field aboard a snow coach ride, and see the Glacier Skywalk. And just all the beautiful sights along the way. The Pyramid Creek Falls, 300-foot waterfalls in its own national park. You actually come to a crawl as you are approaching that site. Remember, our trains are only going somewhere between 25 to 35 miles an hour. So this is a nice, slow-paced, enjoyable ride. No bullet train speeds here. You really do get to enjoy it all. And after reviewing the itinerary for your Birch group, I can tell you I'm impressed. You have all Fairmonts. Yes, here you have the Fairmont Hotel in Vancouver, which Vancouver, if I added the slides that showcase everything that's fabulous about Vancouver, this would be a really long webinar. But trust in the fact that you are going to see one of the most cosmopolitan, just amazing vibe cities in all of North America, beautiful Vancouver. And you'll also be staying at the Fairmont Jasper Lodge. And how about the pinnacle of pinnacles, the Fairmont in Banff Springs? Promise me you'll just sit back and enjoy the view there for a few minutes. Ending your trip will be in the Fairmont in Calgary. So all magnificent high-end hotels. This is a dream trip. I don't know, maybe I should be going with you guys. Let's talk about some of our other itineraries though. Rainforest to Gold Rush. This is really the reason they named it this is because you start in the rainforest near Vancouver and you go to where the gold rush happened in Canada. It's really ecologically a diverse route, and it travels through sparkling fjords, isolated canyons, and rustic forests. And this route offers you 3 days on the train. The first day is rather short because we take you on a very short train ride, about 4 hours, to beautiful Whistler. You may have heard of it. It was the site of one of the Winter Olympics. And here we have, from the next day, you'll be overnighting in the quaint mining town of Quesnel. In Quesnel, all the people come out to wave at all the people from Rocky Mountaineer because the local folks are just charming. It's grown into an enchanting city in the north, and really you feel so welcome by the local people. The train winds its way along Horseshoe Bay and Howe Sound, follows the Fraser River through some of the most contrasting landscapes in all of Canada. It takes you through gold-flecked canyons that once drew wagons of gold prospectors. Can you hear the clankety clank now? As you head into the Rockies, you'll pass through serene lakes, rushing waterfalls, and increasing mountainous terrain. And remember, you're going slow so that your camera can absorb all that beauty. And approaching Mount Fitzwilliam on the Alberta border, get your camera ready for that. Was that enough to tempt you? Well, I hear the only complaints we get are sometimes people are wishing they had more time on the train. And actually, there is a way to be able to do that. They're called circle journeys. And here we can combine routes so that you have that motor coach dotted line in between Jasper and Banff or Lake Louise, and you can actually create circle journeys. Just ask your Birch travel advisor for more details about the options for circle journeys, as there are circle journeys that are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 days. It just depends what you want to see and how much time you have. And our hosts are all connected by radio, remember? And when one of them spots wildlife, they shout it out so everyone has a chance to see. I heard recently they saw some black bears very close to the tracks. And certainly you could see bald eagles or moose. So let's talk about when to travel, because other than deciding which route, the season is your next choice, unless you're smart and go with that Birch group September of next year. So if you are going on your own, you'll want to decide spring, summer, or fall, because we do not operate in the winter months, not so much just for the weather, but also because of the daylight. So it doesn't pay to be on the train unless you can see what's outside. In spring and May, you get the last bits of winter with the snow-capped mountains. High water levels mean rushing rivers, no longer hibernating bears. And they're all down by the tracks because we share the tracks with the cargo lines that actually haul feed, and the feed falls all over the tracks. So you often see wildlife looking for the last bits of feed from the previous trains, and you'll have fewer crowds in the spring. In the summer, well, flowers are in bloom, perfect weather, and the days are longer. In autumn, our most popular time, you certainly see animals coming out again to prepare for the winter. You see a lot of salmon spotted in the rivers and streams. And again, the crowds of the summer tourists are waning in some of those popular cities. So that would be for the Canadian routes. But just 18 months ago, we brought our beautiful rail cars south to our newest route, started in 2021. We take our guests from the gateway of Denver to the Mighty Five, Moab, and seeing all that the great national parks can offer is an option for you. So you can start in Moab or end in Moab. Remember, the train goes both ways. And some people are doing it round trip. That is an option for you. It is a little shorter to get from Moab to Glenwood Springs, which is a charming town. People love that little city and enjoy their evening there. Very friendly, beautiful. It is a tourist town, but very charming. We really showcase the land of the waters here, and showing off the Moab to Glenwood Springs, Ruby Canyon, including Mount Garfield and the Arches National Park. This scenery will blow your mind. Imagine that approach where you see Ruby Canyon. 60% of this route follows along the Colorado River. It really is spectacular. Again, you'll see wildlife, wild horses, pronghorns. And did you know Colorado is the 10th state in the nation for variety of birds? Here you see that little mountain bluebird. It's a surprising fact. When to travel here? Well, just keep in mind, July and August are hot. You're in the desert. Beautiful in the spring. Again, snow-dusted mountains. In the autumn, you'll certainly be able to see all four seasons in one day. And if you book any of these offers before October 3rd, you're going to have some savings. So, what's holding you back from picking up that phone to speak with your Burst travel advisor? Don't delay, because on October 4th, I can't extend the savings offer. So, I'm really thankful for your time today. I just want to share a 1-minute video with some interviews with actual customers.
Okay, describe to me the experience of the Rocky Mountaineer.
Gosh. It's
It's hard to describe the feeling aboard Canada's Rocky Mountaineer. Experience it for yourself. Visit rockymountaineer.com.
I get a little teary-eyed every time I see that video. I really hope that we have the chance to welcome you on board and leave you speechless. So, John, I'm going to turn it back over to you. And if we want to take questions either in the chat box or from if people want to unmute, I may not know all the answers, but I'm sure happy to give it a try.
Thanks, Maria. That is a fantastic presentation. Thank you so much for your time giving that to our clients. I know some of you are already on Lee's group, the Western Wonders, and that group is already sold out. But I am more than happy to take you on the journey of through the clouds in September of 2024. Just go to our website at bursttravel.com. It is on there. Or just contact your advisor and they will be able to get you that information as well. If you have any questions, we'll see what we can do. Thank you.
All right, anything in the chat? Not seeing anything at this point. Don't be shy. Feel free to either unmute and ask away, or again, the chat box is open. I'll read those for you. Or you did just such a marvelous job on your presentation that everybody is sold, right? We want to have questions. We're going to go.
Well, John, Laura, thank you for your time. And certainly anyone who's watching this, especially those who are watching the recorded version, you can reach out to Birch and they know how to get a hold of me for answers. So definitely take advantage of the special that runs through October 3rd. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you on board.
Perfect. Well, thank you again for your time. We'll make sure that this recording is on our website. You can find that at bursttravel.com, or we also have a fancy little YouTube page, right? So you can find us on YouTube. You can find all of our different recordings. So send to your friends, send to your family, the partner that you want to sit next to you on the train, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Maria. Thank you.